Hello everybody, how y'all doing? This is Sportman16, and for this video here, I want to talk about a game that I have been playing for at least 2 months now that I'm really into. And well, that game in question is that of Rocket League. Yep, I am playing Rocket League now. And for anybody who is completely unknown as to the game I have just named, well, what Rocket League is pretty much, well, simple as this. Rocket League is pretty much soccer/football with cars. Like, I'm not kidding. It's literally soccer/football with cars. Though, I have also seen they also have basketball and hockey in it too. And that's pretty interesting right there. So it's not just locked into just one sport. It's just really more into three. Now, the thing about this with this video is that I do want to give my thoughts about Rocket League. And once I am done talking about my thoughts about Rocket League, you guys will be seeing I guess you can say it would be a compilation of some decently good to pretty good goals that I've had in Rocket League ever since I started playing back in September, which was around the time the free-to-play launch came around for the game. So it was that way I could be able to get the game and not have to pay a single cent for it. Even though I probably would have paid for the price of the game anyways, but I guess I kind of did wait for the free-to-play to get the game absolutely free. Now, what is it about Rocket League that I like? Well, basically straightforward everything. Like, everything about Rocket League, I just love it so much. Like, the game is really stinking fun, despite the competitive rage aspect for when either I am losing a game or lose a game, which that I will openly admit that is one of my flaws, is that I do have gaming rage. And I know for certain that there are a lot of other gamers out there who have that problem. Definitely way worse than me, but whatever. But what I like about Rocket League is that, for one, visually speaking, it is absolutely amazing. And I really like the way of how they were able to come up with like so many different fields and stadiums for us to compete in. And they also have their diversity in bringing in like some different cultures to these fields. And also the customization in Rocket League is huge, bigger than I would have ever imagined. Like, if I remember this correctly, that there's like a total of like maybe around 70 plus cars. Like, I think if I remember, it's probably like 76, but I might be wrong on that. But the things that you can choose from is just, it's just unbelievable. Like, you can choose the different type of car you're driving, the paint finishes, decals. They even have animated decals, which is truly one of the better things in the customization, is animated decals. But those things aren't exactly the easiest thing to get around for me. There's also options for wheels, the boost, the trail for when your car's traveling fast enough. I guess a trail pretty much goes when your car is going full speed. You even have what they call toppers, which is pretty much what you put on the top of your car. Antennas, like you can be able to choose an antenna that has a flag to represent your country. Like, so pretty much for me, I could have an antenna that has a little American flag on it because, well, I'm from the U.S. And like, you can even also choose how your car sounds, even choosing to your very own goal explosion. Because pretty much when the ball goes into the goal, it pretty much explodes, thus saying like, yeah, you scored. And yeah, the ball itself isn't exactly a soccer ball. It's pretty much more of like a rubber metallic-ish ball with lights on it, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Like, it's just truly amazing of how big the customization is in Rocket League. And the fact that for me on my skills in Rocket League so far are somewhat half booty at it, because I've already been seeing the level or the skills of the higher level players, and I know for a good fact for me when it comes to competitive games, I will never be as good as like the pros at this game, and I have been seeing that there are pros in Rocket League. Now, let's see. One of the negatives to Rocket League at this point right now is the way of credits and how you are able to obtain them. Because, well, for me, I'm playing the Switch version of Rocket League, and the only way that I've been able to get credits is by actually spending real money on getting these credits, which to me that's not exactly the smartest thing. Like from what I know, or what has been going on, is that for me to actually get items is to pretty much win games, or I think it's either win games or play games, and they give you blueprints to get these items, and yet again it still costs credit to actually build those blueprints. But the thing that I would actually like is if I were to play a game and complete it, just straight up get an item, not a blueprint, then that way I don't have to spend credits to get these things. And I'm kind of hoping that Psionic, the people who make Rocket, or who I think believe are the developers of Rocket League, would actually do this. But would they? I don't know. But that to me would sound like a good idea, is when actually playing a game and completing it, you have a chance to get an item, not a blueprint for an item, and not have to spend credits on them, and all that. And also, I guess pretty much the other negative thing that I will say about the game is not really the game itself, but the people who play the games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have at times, or probably say about a little more than half the time, that I actually do get teamed up with pretty much players who actually know what they're doing. To whereas the other half of the time, I get people who either just like getting one out of the three or two out of the three kinds of people that I just cannot stand as of this point. One, well, which really cannot be helped in any way, is pretty much people who are more booty at the game than me, but again, I really can't be that mad at them because this would probably be like the first time ever playing the game and they're just trying to get their grasp on what they're doing. But the other two are just so annoying to such a high degree. Is that of one, being that of getting a teammate who just sits there in the corner of the field doing absolutely nothing, or two, I'm left at a 2v1 against the opposing team, and my teammate is just sitting there in the goal being ready to defend. When I'm like, hello, the ball is all the way over here. Could you kind of come over here and help me with these guys? Only go to the goal when you know the ball is coming to our side of the field. That's kind of more of the way of being more of a defending teammate. because that's what I've been doing. Now, the one thing that I will say that I am pretty booty at is doing aerial stuff. Because I just for the life of me just can't be able to try and do aerial shots to save my life. But I mean, well, I'm not like the absolute worst on aerials, but I'm pretty bad at it. But maybe within some time, maybe I will get better, or maybe not. Because competitive games, well, as mad as I get sometimes, I can still be decent or pretty decent at a competitive game. In a game like Rocket League, well, I've slowly worked my way to improvement. And one thing that I can also say that I could be proud of, that when it just comes to competitive games in general, that, well, my competitive gaming anger has been more under control than what I was, say, like 5 years ago, somewhere around 5-10 years ago, where I would get so mad that I would just be simply, like chucking gaming electronics and controllers across the room, because I definitely have done that in the past. If I can remember the gaming electronics that I have destroyed or damaged was pretty much one being a Nintendo DS, about like 3 or 4 GameCube controllers, damaging my previous 3DS, which is currently with my sister. And thankfully, that was the last thing in gaming electronics that I've ever broken or damaged. And I mean, I have gotten angry a lot of the time where I had the urge to go and just, chuck something across my room. But I just really don't want to break any more stuff of mine or anyone else's. But anyway, I went completely off rails there. But I will pretty much say Rocket League is a pretty fun game. I would definitely recommend it if you are able to withstand some of the negativity and the level of toxicity that Rocket League has, because trust me, I have already had the Rocket League toxicity experience, where I can be able to tell when someone is being toxic when the opposing team scores on us and just repeatedly spams what a save or a nice shot or great pass and all that jazz. That's how I know that they're being toxic. So yeah, it's like after seeing that, it's just like no game, or really, I guess it'd be like no game is ever safe from toxicity. Doesn't matter if it was a competitive game or just a casual game. Toxicity is everywhere in gaming, and I do feel like that is a legitimate issue that I wish people could deal with, but it's really hard to deal with that. But anyway, I will say it one more time. Minus the negativity and toxicity in Rocket League, Rocket League is a very fun game, and I would definitely recommend it. And what's cool is that, as of this point, you don't have to pay a stinking thing if you want it. Though, if you're all that good customization stuff and whatnot, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that. That's kind of the unfortunate thing right now, and I really wish it wasn't like that. So, I guess that'll pretty much do it for my thoughts on Rocket League. But one more thing that I will be mentioning is, well, I guess pretty much my motivation for wanting to play Rocket League in the first place. And it was that of watching YouTube videos of that game from the YouTuber known as H2O Delirious. Yeah, I actually do watch H2O Delirious. When he played Rocket League with Omrecker, Cartoons, and I believe his name was Bryce. Correct me if I'm wrong. And as I was seeing how that game was initially, I was like, you know, I actually do want to try that game. But unfortunately, at that time, when I was first motivated to want to try that game, I did not have the systems at all to play that game. And then once I had a Switch Lite, and I guess kind of pretty much waiting for the free-to-play update launch to happen, I finally decided, like, let's get the game and let's see what it's like. And well, it's been an enjoyable experience ever since. So, thank y'all so much for listening into what I had to say about Rocket League. And without further ado, hopefully you all will enjoy this nice compilation of all the decently good or pretty good goals that I've had in Rocket League up to this point of this video's making. That date being November 4th of 2020. So, hopefully you all will enjoy.
30 seconds left on the clock. Magnificent goal!